Warning. What you are about to see and hear is for entertainment purposes only. The opinions expressed on the show are our opinions and do not reflect the views of BTW21 or its staff. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel and Chad.
God is looking for someone real. People are looking for something real. Just be real. We're your host, Daniel Lewis, Brother Chad Hudson.
Hello.
Back again for show number 45.
45.
Almost the end of season 1. Season 1, Chad.
Season 1.
Season 1.
What a season.
Whew. We've had a lot of great guests.
Well, I don't know what to compare it to because I've never had a season before.
Yeah, me either.
But I've had fun, brother.
Man, I've had a great time. I appreciate you. Thank you to Boys Holland Veterinary Services. Thank you to Pet Transportation. You can find all the links below on the YouTube channel. And we're back again with the man himself, Mr. Chuck McCall.
Hello.
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 You started the show, man.
Let's go, boys. Come
Right.
45, right?
Yeah, you started the show with us back in January. It's been it's been 10 months.
I can't
now,
believe
11 months.
How long does a restraining order last?
I don't know.
No, I can't believe they let us back in here.
Back together again.
Talking about how long, I have to see how long this hourglass is. So I'm just
Is that
thinking,
Louise?
this is Luis Romero's hourglass for his show, and I asked him how long it was. He said he didn't know.
That's some pretty sand for Middle America.
So I got that yellow sand down there.
Yeah, get the yellow sand.
I don't know where my timer's at, so we're going to find, there it is. Hold up.
So you're going to literally time it
Fat
out.
finger his way through this. Let's
Right.
just bear with
There we
him.
go.
So you literally time
So
it
we're
out.
going to hit start right now. And we're going
Go.
to see how long it goes. So we'll just keep on going and we'll keep on talking.
Yeah, let the
We'll
sands
figure
run.
it out.
The sands of time.
Dude, are we doing the days of our lives thing right now?
The days of life.
I think that was my mom's program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember seeing something.
General
Victor.
Hospital and Days of Our Lives.
I think Victor was on there or something,
Yeah.
or some guy did something or something.
Oh, he always did.
That's when you
something.
skip school or you're playing
Yes.
hooky when you want to stay.
Right. Right.
I always got to watch The Price is Right, Gilligan's Island.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Then it
Price
was-
is right, definitely.
you're supposed to be not watching TV. You're supposed to be
Bob,
sick.
You're supposed to be sick.
Yeah,
You can't watch
I
TV
watch
when you're
TV.
sick.
So get in your room.
Get in the closet.
Get
Do
in
some
the
handstands.
Right. Right. So, Chuck, you're back with us, man.
That's great. That's great.
There's
And-
been a lot of
I never
changes.
left. I just figured out how to come back in here. They finally let me back in here. I've been back there in the warehouse. I don't do
the
anything
closet.
else.
But there's been a lot of changes since you've left. Man, y'all are touring, and I mean, you got the band thing going. Well, you had the
got
band
a few
thing going
bands,
on.
a few bands and a lot of shows, and,
Right.
and just spent the whole summer gigging.
Yeah,
Gigging.
we've done a lot. It's been pretty cool. I mean, there's a million little stories, you know. That and obviously, you know, working at our own shop in town here.
Right. Orbans Automotive.
Yeah.
Plug that.
Yeah. Plug it.
Yeah, just 1045 Fisher Farm Road. You know, where you and your car get that love. Been about 6 or 7 months in. It's the old Mills Automotive place, so it's got a lot of history. Just working on cars, just
So what I've noticed
It's over in
when,
Ridgeway, right?
yeah,
When
pretty
you-
much.
Ridgeway.
when we were down there, that you guys, you know, you did the state inspections, oil changes, pre-care to it, but you guys were tearing down motors. You guys were doing the whole works.
Yeah, we're trying because you know it's a kind of like every industry I've kind of been in everybody who wants the cushy jobs. They go to, universities. Everybody sees all that stuff. Who doesn't, they're not really hiring astronauts. I guess you got to just get enough money to just like, I'm going to space again. And, I was just dumb enough to not know you can't just do what you want to do. I love cars. Always have like you, just car guy.
Yeah.
If you're a car guy, you're going to learn to turn wrenches. You're going to bleed on it a lot. It's really just, working on cars now isn't as cool as it used to be. Carburetors and doing just simple
you
stuff.
got wires and
Yeah,
ignitions and electronical.
And
God, in the new ones, where is the engine? You open the hood and it's like big plastic. It's like, where's the battery?
some Audis are memes because I pick on people and it's like, find the fuse box for me. I'll give you $20.
Right.
It's like, by the way, it's a 3-hour job. It's probably easier to go through the dash than it is to do it the other way. And it's like just working on cars. It's a new business. We're learning stuff that you don't know what you don't know, and it's just trying to do it the right way. Be honest. I mean, we're working in the Haviland Express here, and Orban's been doing mobile work and working from there. So it's kind of like he's already got a clientele. And
We mean mobile work. Let's explain it.
He had his own business, got his business license. He was the manager at the Haviland Express, and
Okay.
he did mobile work.
That's
He would just
going
go,
out.
Yeah, he'd have his truck. He would bring his tools and
Oh man, yeah.
just work on cars in people's yards and stuff. But it's like, that's a lot harder than,
Oh, you're going to have to get your tow truck license in there. Chuck.
Yeah, I still got my CDL. I turned it into the intrastate. I don't have to do the medical.
Right.
It's like it's whatever money that is. It's just kind of like, I mean, I guess it's a good thing, but it's like they still hire Swift drivers. So like, what do I need a medical card for? I mean, that's the meme of that. Like, what do you mean? Like a DUI? There's a Swift driver right there. That dude is sober. He's more damaging. That's like a comet coming right for us. The memes of that.
But you're still jamming. Y'all been touring. I mean, tell us a little bit about some of the places that you've been because, well, tell them. I've kind of somewhat kept up with it.
Yeah.
We've all been busy, but we're friends on Facebook, and I'm so thankful for that. But y'all have been going out some places. I mean, it's like
We call them mud holes. Keep it proper.
But they've been great. I mean, it's been like I've seen some jamming stuff going on.
Yeah.
Danville, Salem, Greensboro. Well, I'll let you talk about it.
Yeah. We were booked on like a playlist for life in Salem. Drove up there. They kind of rented out. We still played, and it's still the festival went on.
So it was a festival.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. We were stoked about it. Weather kind of interfered with it. We drove up. We still played. I think Chris forgot his cymbal bag, so he used a shovel. I'll never let him forget that. That's for you, Chris. You're welcome.
Explain that a little bit more.
He used the shovel.
Yeah, so he didn't have cymbals, and he was like, oh. And I was like,
You talking about Superman, right?
Yeah, so I was like, Bill Belichick, like, oh, you already know we're still playing. Like, whether you're playing, I'm playing. So I love him to death. That's a trooper. We
So Superman
That's the
forgot
right
his symbols.
attitude. Yeah, it's the right attitude. We got a shovel. I mean, it's just, you love stuff like that. It's
Right.
like, the old movie,
Man, so Metallica, St. Anger, Lars, he played for, what's that drum right in the center?
The snare.
Yeah, the snare.
Sound like a trash can.
It sounded like it was a 50-gallon drum. So, I mean, it's like it's a little bit of difference. It kind of, as long as you keep the beat, and I know Superman didn't lose the beat.
Yeah.
So he's playing snow shovel.
I mean, playing percussion more than a drum set.
Right.
You're just,
Well, he had his drum set. He just forgot a cymbal, so it's like still everything.
Snow shovel.
It was cool. But,
very cool.
it was even funnier because my friend AJ Keaton was there and he had his drums there. So we found out later, like we got to hold back up everything.
Oh, man.
It was funny. And we
worked
just
out.
kind of sent it, drove up there, took the old white trash Malibu. It was pretty awesome. It was gnarly the whole way, but it made it. Got them Maloney heads on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brian Maloney done some engine work for me. NASCAR legend.
got the exhaust hanging down the rear end of
Listen,
it.
somebody, we have a catalytic converter issue.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah. We're
Okay.
going with that one.
Is an issue.
I don't know whose issue it is though.
But anyway, where else? Y'all been all
We
over the
played
place.
Bessemer Billiards. We played New York Pizza. We played a lot of shows with a band called Trailer Park Orchestra. Awesome band. We played some shows with We Rise to Fall.
But I'm sorry, jumping ahead and backwards, both times. But I saw them on the list. So y'all got actually an event coming up. I'm trying to work that.
Yeah,
up
this is
to it.
probably you're right. This is the most important thing we do. I love doing a charity thing. I wish we had more time. Our time is what's limited because I'd love to get more artists and do like a bigger thing.
Yeah.
I remember the first time we did it at Spencer Penn, we paid like $500 of our own money to rent it, and it was just like we were taking up donations. All my friends chipped in. We had so many people show up, so many bands. I think we had 4 bands. That's back when I was with the State Raisers with Josh.
Yeah.
And we raised a lot of it was toys. And Spencer found out what we did with our money, and they, in good conscience, they turned it into bicycles and donated it.
Wow.
So it was like, they probably was like, oh, it's going to be some bands and stuff. And I get it. Our area doesn't have the best attitude towards it. And ever since then, we've just tried to find the cheapest way to make something happen.
Right.
Like I was telling y'all earlier, we did it with Dylan Barber during the COVID year with the Razors. We did digital like everybody else and streamed it. Didn't raise as much money, because it's just different. COVID was just different for everybody, and I wouldn't ask money for people in that situation. Sometimes a lot of people just didn't have jobs.
I would say that genre is kind of different for the people in the area also. Just to take Spencer Penn Center. I mean, those people, I love those folks out there. They probably just thought you was putting on a jam.
A bunch of weirdos come to town without banjos. There's not a chance.
Right.
We don't trust you.
But they saw what you were doing, and so they turned it around into.
We're weirdos that mean well.
Yeah.
We just like gain.
Bad people doing good stuff.
Yeah. Bad people. Got me there.
Bam. Bam.
And we did it at Hollywood Cinema.
Hey, it's us, man. That's the only reason I know that phrase.
We did it at Hollywood Cinema, and we had a lot of people last year, and we donated I can't remember the number, but it was a lot, and it goes right to the local food bank.
That's great.
So that's what we're doing again this year. We have 4 great bands. We got Heretic Fork Drive.
Right.
And they're like a folk punk, really, really cool kind of stuff. And then we've got
Trailer Park Orchestra. Flyer from Mission Owl.
What I seen on the flyer was 10 cans is worth $10.
There it is. There you go. That's coming up quick. That's
Myron drew those. He got them in local business to print them. I think it's Quantum Copy, I believe.
That's weekend after this one.
And we do it old school. We love hand making flyers and kind of just doing it the old school way. Trailer Park Orchestra is cool, old school band. You got Louis Money, Sam Smith, Bull, Love Bull.
So where the folks that don't know where Hollywood Cinema is, it's right beside Martinsville Walmart. Just up the hill.
Yeah, and it's probably the coolest view in town.
It is.
It really, you get to see the hill. Every time I'm so
humbled. After you get up there.
We've got there at sunsets there to play these shows sometimes, and it's really humbling. Sometimes we've had some.
Right there on top of the mountain.
You love this area. You love the people here. I mean, I got so much love for so many people here, so many businesses. There's another movie cinema, movie town, something like that.
So the money's great, but you're really pushing the food. This is what you want to do. This is the thing you want to give back to the community.
It's going to our local food bank in Henry County. I know every food bank around here. I was watching the news for Channel 12, and they were talking about their food bank just from last year to this year was like a $26,000 increase. And people needing. So I know that comes with inflation, but that's still that's a number. And food is hitting people hard.
Well, I was up there dropping off my youngest daughter, Millie. Katie had a doctor's appointment. She asked me to drop off the baby. Brought her up past Stewart. And I usually don't go there, I usually just head off into the clinic.
Boys Holland.
Right, and I had to drive past the food bank up there in Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a line around the building, down the road, and then to the other road.
Right.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there going, I didn't realize that there was that many people in Stewart.
Wow.
In that need of food.
I'm not too ashamed to say I've used it. There's been times in my life I've used it. I worked at Little Caesars for a while. I drove a truck, and I was just looking, soul searching. It's like I love the company I was working for, but I just didn't love truck driving.
Right.
Money don't mean everything. You gotta, you trade boxes for boxes. You're just, I want to help people and do as much as I can. I love that I got to see America and all the stuff, the opportunities. It's just blessings. But I worked at Little Caesars, and it was a cool job. A friend of mine worked there as a manager, and they donate the pizzas every Monday and Wednesday and Friday. They come pick them up and they go to the food bank.
Wow.
And it's sometimes and they take pride there. It's been retrofitted. It's super clean. I work there. I know the manager cares. The guys.
So you're talking about the one in here,
and right there beside Lowe's. It's probably the cleanest Little Caesars ever.
Lowe's is gone now, my friend.
Oh, that's right.
Lowe's is gone now.
That's right.
Yeah.
Took it out.
We got Food Country now.
That's right.
So they're supposed to be
a whole nother era.
A whole nother era. Yeah.
No one will know what it's like to hang out in Lowe's food parking lot.
Right. So we got Food City.
Nothing ever happened in that parking lot. What are we doing?
Well, there's many people that don't know what it was to hang out in Sky City parking lot.
There you go. All right. Right.
Then we got Lowe's Foods, and now we got Food City, and I'm
Food
so
City.
thankful
I
that they
remember
came in.
Farmers Foods.
Oh, man.
I'm that old.
Right. That is, yeah,
What do they
that's
have over
Main
there?
Street right there.
They turned that into
Town
the.
Store. That's a
school
school
board-
board
school
office
board
now.
now.
Yeah, it's going to be a church for several years.
So Chuck, I mean this with all due respect, man. And I know you talk a lot, my brother, but you don't even have your headphones on. You don't give a shit what we're saying, do you?
He can hear us.
I can hear you.
He can hear us.
I'm just joking.
You should have seen where I was wearing them a minute ago.
With the mouths we got, for, speaking for myself.
I was just joking. Throw it out there.
Threw that in there.
He was waiting to say that.
Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Let's get that flyer back up there if you don't mind.
He's
Please,
feeling
Mission,
rowdy.
yeah.
Yeah, we played.
PBRs, brother.
We
So
played.
this is number 2. A Not So Silent Night, number two.
Oh, I get you.
So y'all run this
Last
year,
Yeah.
about the same time?
And you got the
Yeah.
you got the Hanukkah up there. Yeah, menorah.
Menorah.
Yeah.
What do you say like Adam Sandler? The menorah. Yeah. Yeah. You got Trailer Park Orchestra's on there. They're like an old school punk band. They're pretty awesome. Got Midnight Massacre. They're just awesome. A lot of my friends. You got D. Kendrick.
So this is rock?
Josh
What kind of
Williams.
genre is
I
this?
think we got some new members in it. We got Stephen Holcomb singing, and they're like a really good like 80s they're not like a hair band, but they're like a good classical rock.
Okay, yeah, that's what I
But
was
they have
wanting to know.
it's not like classical rock. It's like they got their own. It's modern tone to it. It's got this old school vibe with this new school tone. They're really consummate musicians, really good people.
Right.
Pretty
Who's-
great live show. I
who's
mean,
that?
this
Trailer
is
Park?
absolute bangers.
Trailer Park Orchestra, is that who you're talking about?
You know, I was
Okay.
talking about Midnight Massacre.
Oh,
Trailer
Midnight
Park
Massacre,
Orchestra is
okay.
kind of like a old school punk rock band. You got Bull Bentley and Louis Money, Sam Smith. I
Nice.
think he's also in
like
Rise
old
to
school
Fall.
punk rock.
I do too.
Oh, dude, Trailer Park Orchestra will get you out of bed. Louis Money is a sight to behold with Bull and Mama T. Man, love those people to death. I mean,
Yes. Shout
some
out.
of the greatest people ever. Love
Right.
them. You know, shout out
Right.
for that. Oh man,
Right.
Trailer Park Orchestra gets out of bed. And every time we play a show with them, we're fired up.
Well, you know what?
It's a show.
So this is here in Martinsville, and you could go watch these bands for 10 cans of corn.
right.
Oh,
And we're
that's
getting
helping.
okay.
You just helped.
Right.
Okay, look.
You did a great thing.
This is our number 45 show. We got one more show left. We're going to take December off. We're going to start up season 2 in January. We need to have these people on the show.
Oh, I've been telling them about it.
Yeah, please hook us up,
ready
man.
to get this
we
thing
need some more.
Yeah.
We need some more music out there.
You
We
should
need
come
some
to
more.
the event and just film some of it. And you
Right.
have, some.
I
feed.
plan on it.
Yeah,
I plan
you
on
know,
coming out.
Yeah.
Not saying I can 100% be there, but I will. I
When
do
is the
have
second?
planned on
Is
it.
that
It's a Saturday.
I'll bring my
Yeah.
10 cans, and usually, I'm kind of a, I don't know what they call them things now, extrovert or something.
Invert?
You're not used
I
to.
think it's called old.
Yeah, yeah. I believe that's what
Is it getting too loud, Danny?
We're just so
No, you can't get too loud for me. Unfortunately, I'm deaf, so I love
That's
loud.
why, yeah.
But
No, we do have a increase in violence in our area, so it's probably why people go out. I mean, we're just putting that out there.
well, just like Chad, we've done a toy run. Everybody's like, "Where was you at during the toy run? Where was you at during the toy run?" Well, what we do is we show up, not blowing our own whistle. We show up, we give, and then
we're out. Well, I don't need to hang out with everybody.
not
I like
really
to-
a group thing. I love everybody, and they know this. If they've rode with us or seen us out, they know we love them. But I just can't. I don't know what it is. Just kind of show up, just kind of drop our stuff, and just, we're doing our own thing, kind of relax. And you deal with people, especially this man right here. In
deal
my
with
job line, you deal with a lot of people, and so on the weekends, you kind of just don't want to be around people.
Right.
I love them to death, but I'm just
it's
like,
an old school phrase. People that will in the know will know this where it came from, but I call it handcuffed.
handcuffed.
You get to, you don't know if you don't know this about me. I like to talk. Sometimes I handcuff people,
Really?
and sometimes I get handcuffed because of who I am. And like my mom, she'll be like, "We're leaving," and she'll still be talking for 20 minutes at the same place. I mean, I'm from the country, then she'll be leaving, and then 20 minutes later, you're the kid that call like, "Mom, we're starving to death here." And 20 minutes later, we're still leaving. So it's called handcuffing people. That's probably one of it, because you get out there and you're just normal guys.
Yeah,
So
but
you get
I will
handcuffed
tell
and
you
talk
that
to everybody.
there are some people that you wish you could get handcuffed to again.
Right.
My Aunt Cindy, she's no longer here. She'd get you on the phone, and she would say goodbye to you for an hour.
That's my mom.
You know, she would, all right, well, I got to go do this. I'll see you later. And then bring up some other thing. And then you'd sit there, and, she would say, and at the time, I complained about it. At the time, I was like, oh, okay.
Nuts.
I would give anything to do that now.
You miss it.
Amen.
miss that.
Amen. Yes,
Yeah.
I totally agree with that
So
one.
just deal with it.
Yeah, just deal with it.
Yeah,
Appreciate
I
Just love it.
I think about this. My mom did it the other day. My uncle Richard Pike. I thought the world was guy. I learned trade stuff and just human stuff. He was a character. My whole life has just been characters. I'm not
When
joking.
Chuck says somebody's a character,
Dude, anybody that knew this guy, I mean, he lighted a room. He lighted up a room. I'm telling you, I got characters in my family. They're all just Dick Tracy villains, or like they all were just wild. They were just what they were. And my mom was like, "Oh, it's been 3 years and he's dead." I was like, "Thanks for bringing that up."
Yeah.
I was like, love that reminder. But you think about them when they're alive and the stuff. I'm still cracking up.
Yeah, I
People
love them.
that you miss,
I
like
love
Barb, you remember stuff, and just a lot of it. So.
Yeah, I come from a family of characters, man. I mean, characters, and I can see it. As I've gotten older, I can see it in myself. There's these little, I guess you call them nuances or something, whatever the hell that word is. But it's these little.
I can't spell it.
Yeah, me either. I don't even know what the hell the meaning is. But there's like these little things that come out, and I'm like, I got that from them, or I didn't really get it from them, but I'm. That's the blood that's rolling through me.
be what you miss about the person.
Right. Right.
I think that
Yeah.
carries on.
Right. It's just a weird situation. I mean, it really is. I love them all. We've had our disputes, we've had our things, but you don't pick and choose who you're from.
Yeah.
I was born here. I was born in white as hell. Here I am. I did not choose to be born white as hell. And Daniel Lewis Berry in Southern Virginia. I could have been born anywhere at any time.
No, I don't think so.
And I didn't choose it.
Yeah.
I could be Indian right now, somewhere over in India. But here I am in Southern Virginia with Chuck McCall and Chad Hudson. I mean, here I am.
I bet you wish you were in India right now. That's why
Hey!
every place is better.
Right. Well, no. I'm so thankful to be an American.
I am too.
I'm thinking this is an
Praise
hourglass.
I think it's an hourglass.
I think it is an hourglass.
It is.
It's a true hourglass.
Yeah.
We got 20 minutes in.
Right.
There's half of it's not gone all the way through.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But
That's an
I am
hourglass. I
thankful
love
to
it.
be an American. I am, man.
I drove
I was
a
at
truck.
a,
It's crazy
we
how
had
good people
a
are
benefit for something over the weekend, last week. And I was like, oh, Lordy, I'm not worthy, but I'll do it. But the first thing that come to my mind when I started talking about, hitting, we're sitting in here and we feel safe. There's a lot of places, you got these stupid blanket mass shootings at Walmart and blah, 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 and all these things you hear on the news constantly. But there's, if you're living over there in Gaza or in Israel, there's constant freaking missiles, bombs going off, all this stuff going off. I said, I have never experienced any of that. Because of my forefathers, because of the fathers, because of my kin, because your kin, everybody that went and fought for our freedom, the men and women of the red, white, and blue, they heard it. They went over there and fought for our freedom. And freedom, we take so much advantage of the freedom and the peace that we live through every day. I wake up and I'm not worried about a rocket killing my kids in a school. I mean, it's just we just don't even know what that's like at all. That just blows my mind, and I'm so thankful.
So a lot of the things, the problem with it is like hard times make hard men make soft times, soft times make soft men, soft men make hard times.
Yes.
And a lot of the thing is now it's like
we forgot it.
And you know, with like stuff like Operation Paperclip, it's like we brought the Nazis here. They outsmarted us.
Yes.
And then we rescued the ones the Russians stole and just enslaved to make stuff. So it's like you can't take over the world with bombs. Humans might learn it, but I think that, you know, we're all waiting on a dude coming down the clouds. I mean, let's not be deceived. I mean, Yeshua is coming back. It just is. It is a thing it's unavoidable.
Totally agree.
It's written down. You can feel how you want to feel about it. You can reflect on, you know, calling.
But it's got to get rough before he does show up. I mean, it's going to get rough. Everybody thinks they're going to get out of here before it happens. No, we're going to have to.
Well, you can see it. You know, you can't afford food, and diseases are rampant, wars and rumors of wars. I mean, you know, you don't have to get. Man. You know, you can just check all that stuff out.
I love the scripture you're throwing out.
Yeah,
brother.
I mean, it's you know, I look into a lot of guys. There's, you know, I like a guy like Michael Rood. He was grew up in a Baptist church. He calls it the greatest story never told because no one knows the gospel. They've heard this stuff that's been passed down through this, you know, this Roman Catholic version of it, and you got to read the Hebrew from the Greek to the German.
They like for man to tell them. Yeah. You can know yourself. Good Lord.
People act like the Old Testament ain't important. That's the only books they had.
Amen.
You know, they didn't have the whole thing. That's the books they were quoting.
Yes.
So it's like the life you live, it's really not on other people. As a Christian, I feel like I'm a Judeo-Christian. I don't like to push it on people. And the best thing it is people watch my actions.
Yes.
You can talk a lot.
Amen.
And I talk enough. I probably talk myself and paint myself in the corners, but I try to let my actions do it.
Right.
And I'm hoping I leave the everything. The most important thing to me is leave a place better than you found it.
Amen.
That's all you can do.
That's the truth, man.
We're in this thing together. That's what
right. We are.
We're
in this thing together. Everybody's got to kind of learn on their own, you know. I didn't realize that first I was on my way to hell for 30 years. I had all these people trying to help me, but it was just it was a rough situation. And, you know, you get stubborn as hell when you're young. You know, you don't know.
Oh, stubborn.
Oh, God. That's
just when you're young, though, not now.
Yeah, not now. Hell no.
I'm not stubborn at all, right?
Still stubborn.
I never heard that before.
We're going to take a break. Don't shit where you eat. And
Chad's got these zingers.
Look, I had to throw that in there. You guys were talking all this.
I take these down and do gating.
Anyways, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
How will you
Please like and subscribe. We appreciate it. Thank you. And we're back. Thank you for joining us. Be Real the Podcast, episode 45.
45.
Man.
I can't believe they let you do that. 45.
Right. We haven't got kicked off the air yet.
It's been
Come
close.
close.
I lost a lot of money on that bet.
It's
I'm
been
gonna be real
close.
with you.
I do have to slow it down and say I just want to I'm extremely thankful. 2023 has been a load of great guests. If you haven't watched any of them, I hate it for you.
You could go back, though.
Yeah,
Go back and check
It's
them
on
out.
YouTube. Yeah,
Right.
Be Real the Podcast.
It's been pretty impressive. You've had
Thanks, brother.
It's going to be like a smorgasbord, basically. You covered all of them,
Yeah,
and it's all from
that's
this
right.
area. It's like a lot of great people. You
Right.
even got on a plane.
We've
no
been
way.
playing.
Richard Landis. Thank you.
You know, we've done he, she.
There was even a politician or two.
There was a we
Politicians.
got extras on the politician.
Yeah, there's
But I
some
do got to say, this is only a half-hour glass.
half-hour glass.
Yeah, during the break, she won dry at a half hour. So this is
Half-hour
a half-hour glass.
Turn it over again. We got another half hour
We got.
with Chuck McCall.
He's going to play some music, I think.
I love it. I love it. And so, if you're watching this on YouTube, we got a song that Chuck shared with us. It's a new song, right?
They already played it. We already played it, though.
You played it. Let's
We
hear about
played it during the break.
Yeah, we played it during the break. Let's hear about it.
Yeah, so it's called I think the one that we have is I can't remember the title. We got Mice and Maggots. We got I call it Mikey's song. I think this one is Rise Above is I think the title of this track.
Okay.
Dylan Barber is the producer and engineer on it.
Yeah.
Got Myron on the vocals.
It is
Christine
a
Rose,
different
Mikey.
than what y'all have done. Well, it's not really different, but it's different. You let us listen to it before the show come on.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to play it, or we're going to have it in between those two halves right there. So they've already listened to it. Thank y'all for sticking around listening to that. And just tell us what you think, or tell him what you think. We'll put your information down below. And yes.
Yeah, we've been working pretty hard on it. It's like I could probably write 10 new songs every time we practice. I'm kind of just like an endless Pandora's box for riffs
That's
and
great.
ideas. Most people like they worry and scrutinize about like perfecting the trick like a gymnastic run. You come up with a trick and you want to like nail it.
Right.
I don't worry about nailing it. I'm worried about just being different.
Just being you.
But this song that we just played during the break,
Just being you.
it is dialed in a little bit. You have a
It
guy
is.
working on it, and
That's what's cool about it. There's a really interesting story on it because Dylan was telling us it's like most people record with a click track, and it's like a 1E and a 2E and a 3. It's like a click,
Right.
click, 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 click,
Right.
click in your ear. I can do it probably, but usually it kills the feel of the song because we shift tempo just so easily. It's like surfing to us. We're just driving a car on an empty freeway, and the
love
plane
it.
it's just us.
Yeah, I love
And
it.
Dylan was showing it. He broke it down because you can see the way the sound breaks down and the hertz and the frequencies, and he can like grab it and zoom in down to almost like the atomic level of it. That's what I call it. I don't know the exact terminology because he's like musically trained and really good at it.
Right.
He came to our house and recorded us with scratch tracks. We had the drummer record over it to the scratch track, and I just played to the drummer, and we just looped it over each other and put the vocals
Wow.
on it. Mikey laid down the bass the same way. It took us like 2 seconds to do it that way, and then Dylan's just mastering it, putting his magic. But he could bring it to that molecular level. I call it. I don't know if that's the term for it, but like without
what you're
that
saying.
click track, it was like Mikey, me, Chris. With on like 10-1000, she couldn't put a feeler gauge in between it on that
Right.
screen, and that's at the atomic level. He even said it. He was like, "That's that's pretty good."
Yeah.
And he's a great musician. I mean, this dude's so talented.
Well, shout out to them if you would. I mean, we know them, but we want to make sure. And if you watched any of our podcasts, especially the first one and also the Wondering, I think it was number 7, somewhere around there, they would know the people. But just shout out to who was on that track.
So it's Myron Smith. It's Mikey, of course.
Lead singer Myron Smith.
Yeah, Myron Smith's our lead singer. We got Michael Patterson. I call him Mikey on bass. And
Yeah.
Chris Superman Reeves on drums.
Superman.
Could not do it without those boys.
Right.
Could not do it without them.
Right.
I mean, they just let me be myself, and we accentuate the parts. We put in so much time playing with like Above the Fray. You know, we're you know.
And
we
we've
love
had
each
them
other.
on the
Yeah,
show.
we're kind of letting them. They're going in the new direction with you know, the people, and they'll play any show anytime.
They've been wide open.
Yeah, they never stop. I love them. And Cat Calfee, love them to death.
Yes,
like
I do
family.
too. Love
And
them.
they, you know, they're doing their thing. They'll never stop gigging. You have to put them in the ground. That love them to death.
Right.
And they've been so supporting of this.
Oh, yes.
They saw it. I mean, they played with the practice. They just know I'm always just kind of holding back, and it feels good to be myself.
Right.
I feel like I've held back kind of most of my life. It's kind of like the Vin Diesel quote in the first Fast and Furious. Like you're never free. Those 10 seconds in that quarter miles when you're free. It's like when I'm playing music. It's like my aunt Pat's got this funny story. We were playing at Lux Lounge. She showed up with my mom, and
Lux is right up here in Collinsville.
Yeah, it was a great place.
Used to be Michael's.
Good food, man. That food.
Right.
So many good places to eat in this town. It's underrated. Lux
It
Lounge.
is.
It was awesome. They booked us. It was cool. We definitely surprised them. It was funny. The one chick was like, "I love that Creed song you play." I was telling you about that, and it's like we have no idea what song
Which
that
one
is.
that
But
was.
I guess it's a good time to sound like Creed, which blows our mind. I'm like, way to go, Scott Staff.
They're coming back on tour. Yeah, apparently.
But, you know, my Aunt Pat was telling me, it's like, because like you see me now, I'm just like jovial, but like on stage, I'm just a whole different person.
Yes.
And she was telling me, she's like, Joey, that's what the family calls me, is Joey. And they were like, she told me, she said, like, if I seen you in an alleyway and it's like you're walking one way and I got to walk the other, she said I'd have a heart attack before I kept walking. She just like, you're just like, just scary and intense when you're up there playing guitar. But it's like, I know that you're just a clown and just a teddy bear, you know. But it's like you just see you up there. It's just like you're this whole different thing.
He is, man.
And I really do.
You are. Sorry.
You know.
Yeah, you are, man.
I
I
just-
thoroughly enjoy it.
You know, there's a million ways to be good at something. You know, it's like technical ability. I broke this arm so many times. I've broken my fingers, you know, so many times. It's like I told you earlier, I'm chuckle juice. Say 3 times, I'll show up. I'm deceased, apparently.
Chuckle juice.
That's
Chuckle
a
juice.
thing I picked on all
Chuckle
my friends about being deceased. But like, you know, it just. I'm not going to be technically better or faster. That's not my gift. My gift is passion.
Yes.
I care about people. I
totally
care about
agree.
what I'm doing. I care about playing. I care
Right.
about. It's just, you know, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
There you
God
go.
willing, just
Yeah.
here to make it a little better while I am.
Right.
Well, we are not here for a long time, so I would like you to play us a jam
Hey.
if you don't mind.
Hey.
We're gonna-
This is a song we're working with our new group. It's called Sentient Saturn. It's a tuning I'm working on, and I call it like Appalachian metal. It's just like pretty cool. Sounds like the blues and our area.
Yeah.
And I give it that groove. to it.
Appalachian
I'm
metal.
gonna play some of the riffage to it, and just some of the stuff. I'm just gonna,
Right.
just send it a little bit.
Just have fun, brother.
Kind of the tone without the tune to it. So.
Yeah, just have fun. Yeah. man.
Love that.
Wow. 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 I love it.
Yeah, it's like,
Appalachian metal.
yeah, it's just a
Chuck
different,
McCall.
just a different kind of tuning. Yeah, we got Greg Adams on the vocals for that one. Got Mikey Patterson on the bass and Chris Reeves. You know, on the album, I played electric, but
Yeah.
I wrote it on a acoustic a friend of mine gave me.
So you played that there on electric?
Yeah,
I like the acoustic. I'm
it's-
acoustic bound, but
Yeah.
you know, you talk about Appalachian metal, and I like that name that you gave it. I did hear the Appalachian sound in it,
Yeah.
and then the metal in it. So I mean, the wording that you used for it was
Yeah,
excellent.
right.
It
But,
just-
it has a blues sound to it to me, but it definitely has that,
exactly.
you know, Appalachian.
That's the pain coming through.
you know, tell a
All the rhythm
story.
step on.
So while you were playing that, as the pain came through, I'm sitting there writing. I had 5 different lyrics that I could have thrown with that.
Right.
I had 5 different stories to tell.
Right.
While going through that. So you were telling a story, but all of a sudden I wanted to add to it. It's like I need to say something. I need to tell that story. So,
Right.
It sounds
great.
even better. That's like the bridge is too low on this, and it's giving it a little bit more fret buzz, which probably adds to it. That you
I
know,
don't know.
sound.
That adds to the
Yeah,
Appalachian.
but I got the tone from that. I didn't come up with it. My friend CA, a long story, met him in a rough place. He kind of saved my life, honestly. Loved the dude to death. I mean, for real.
Right.
In my lowest moment, you know, it's kind of like God sends you an angel. And
Look at me in.
dude just randomly messaged me all the time. Just got me through a lot of stuff. And he gave me this guitar, and I still ain't seen him. It just like, I'm like, is this, are you, you know, it was like dropped off in the Family Dollar in Patrick Springs.
Wow.
And it's like, it took me like 2 days to get there. And it was like this Pearl Jam CD, because it's a pillow made of concrete. It's where I was at the time. You know, wasn't homeless. I had a home. You know, 3
close
odds in the
enough.
cot at
Right.
the time, you know. So it's a different attitude to it. And he gave me this guitar. He called it a wall hanger, you know, just junk. But it was, and the tuning, it was when he gave it, had 4 strings on it. They were electric on an acoustic. So there's electric strings on it, and they were tuned that way without the bottom 2 strings.
Really.
And I haven't changed the tuning, and I play it all the time, and that's where I got it.
Wow.
I was like Mikey, because Mikey's my guy that knows his stuff. I don't know music theory and all that stuff. I try to learn it. Obviously, got to learn a disability or something, but it's like you can only learn so much.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that's like I already got the music parts. It's like, what do I need to learn what to call it.
Right.
Mikey's like, it's an A, and I'll look at him, and he's like, I'll just look at his finger because it, you know, do the face palm. He's like, well, it's an A and a C, and I'm like,
Yeah.
C-O-C. He's like, stop lying, you know.
Bass player
but
keeping y'all
He
straight.
figured out the tuning it is, and I know how to tune it now. But it's like, basically, you know, we keep it in that, and like so the bottom 2, so I add to it, and it's different than that tone. So I still haven't figured those 2 out, but I just leave them kind of the way they would be. But it's like I need to figure that out, and it's just like a lot of the tuning. There's really no rules to guitar. It's like really no rules to life, like we were talking about earlier. Like everything's basically free once you figure it out.
Right.
Just you got all these other
Where you want
rules
to go
in
with
the
it.
way.
Right.
Music
Choose
has a
the
lot
path.
of rules in the way.
Well,
You
a lot
choose
of that
the-
Appalachian music, there wasn't those frets. You know, they were using sticks or something and strings.
The
so
banjo.
You were able to find whatever tone you were looking for. You weren't squared up in those frets.
And we'd have had to go to the vet to get strings because everything was horsehair and testing.
That's right.
So, I mean, that's disgusting. I've probably not been a guitar player.
We'll let them dry out a little bit.
It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Every time I got to change strings, I'm kind of probably like, I'm not this good. Let's be honest. I don't really want to get that dirty. I mean, I'm dirty enough as a mechanic. I can't imagine the smells I bring home with that, too. I mean,
Oh, Lord.
it's already hard enough to find a place to put me. There ain't no pen that holds something this messy.
I love it.
I did. I really enjoyed
I really
that.
do.
We appreciate. We got more stuff coming. Like I said, it's Sentient Saturn and the Wandering. Sentient Saturn might end up being like a little super group. We're trying to get Devin Robinson as a guitar player and maybe incorporate Myron into it, and like still keep the Wandering what it is, and like move Sentient Saturn to kind of like this super group. I've had this idea for a long time, and it's just hard to find the right people that gel and schedules and
Scheduling,
personalities
I would say.
and the
Scheduling.
music itself. It's ambitious.
It is.
It's probably rubbish too, like the top of your phrase. Ambitious,
Well, you gotta do
but
it.
Rubbish, but
You gotta do it.
You
gotta. I mean, if
You
you
gotta-
don't try it, you'll never know.
But we're working on just we like to use all the colors.
Right.
I'm not just an artist that paints in blacks and whites. It's like I really have no rules. They never know what I'm going to do, and that's really the beauty in what we do.
Well, that was the beauty
what
that
makes
I've seen in you was the different bands that you play in. And respectively so, they are different bands.
Yeah.
You play different music, a different tone, different style. And, I like
there's
what you do.
just rules to everything. Like the Razors with Josh. It's really about Josh's songs are so somber. It's not room for other things. It's really about the shifts when the music shifts in the lyrics. And like Above the Fray was just this 50s, 60s. It's the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
It's just
It's everywhere.
It's rock and
In that
roll.
genre.
They were sober as a judge, but it's rock and roll over
Right.
there. And
Right.
they're hard working like that group. The Beatles and all those guys. That's what Dennis and Kat would rather be doing.
Yes.
And,
I love them.
I've been in a lot of different bands. This is probably the only band that I could listen to tracks besides like the Razors back to back, because Above the Fray didn't really do a lot of originals. So it's like you don't really listen to that back to back. But I could listen to it.
Yeah.
But like the Razors album that we made and then this album, I think is the proudest I've been about music.
That's great,
Especially
bro.
that I got to write on guitar. Like I can listen back to it and I'm not cringing. It's so hard. People are like, it's like when you first listen to your own voice, you're probably like, all right, the show's over. Anybody that's ever been in front of people, most people would rather die than speak in front of public. But like you hear your own voice, or much less make a mistake. It's just like you'd rather just
Constantly.
cyanide pill somebody when they sell those. You're just Googling it. You're just like, oh, it's over. I heard my own voice.
I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I'm sure. I mean, much less looking at me. The mirror's hard enough. Then I hear how I sound. I'm like, damn, Shrek, can you just go away for a minute? Let me live.
You crazy.
Yeah, it's just.
So you got some upcoming gigs besides the number 2 there.
Yeah, we got Bessemer's Billiard the day before.
Oh, that's
We're gonna
right.
play
Yeah, that's on the Friday.
Yeah, and then I guess we're going to take the holidays off. Like I said, we got Dylan mastering the album. We're working on that EP with the Wandering.
Right.
That you're going to hear, hopefully.
Yeah.
And we're going to have that with our shows. We're going to try and put that on all the major platforms so we don't get paid for it.
Right.
But if you want to check out Mice and Maggots on YouTube, it's our most complete video. We're actually, because Myron's a pretty good videographer there and a director,
Right.
we're going to try to throw some tape to that thing and have some cool
That'd be
stuff.
cool.
Maybe get some extras and some videos and figure that out.
Right.
Hopefully film local.
Yeah.
We need to be
You know,
extras in the video.
Yeah.
We do.
A couple biker burnouts, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? We gotta might know some race cars.
Burn some clutches
Burn some clutches out.
Send some clutches. We better just grease them tires. Grease is cheaper than clutches. What are you doing?
Amen.
I
Oh,
got all the traction back there. Dude.
When it's time to dump it, it's time to dump it.
right.
We'll be
Right.
seeing you. Call Mr. Clutch. But
Thank you, Thunder Road.
So how much time we got? We got time for another. You gonna play us a song, Chip?
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I might even tune it this time.
Oh, all right. I've got one more silver dollar.
one more silver dollar. That's it. That's the one.
That's the one right there.
It is. Man, I greatly appreciate you, man.
Wow, yeah, it is. It's a different feeling.
Right. So we still got a little bit more time, but I just wanted to kind of push it out again that you were our first guest on season 1. Unfortunately.
I like the acoustic sound. I'm used to you with your, plugged in, jacked up, turned up to 10.
Yeah, I'm not all
11.
I bring 10 to everything I do.
Yeah.
You know that.
Right.
Bring the 11, dude.
I'll bring the 11.
Right.
That's right.
But on the first show, he was over there smoking something that was on the side of the road, or side of the TV over there. He had the side of the
Luis Romero's bong.
Yes,
laying over there.
Luis Romero's his train bong.
We pick on her field reporter. That
It was.
awesome.
But we've come a long way. We still got one more episode for this year. Miss Dana DeHart.
Dana DeHart.
Yeah.
Close it up.
We'll learn some stuff next week, just like we have this week. But just want to thank you again for coming out here. We thought we was going to do a host number 4, and all of a sudden just reached out to Chuck. Yeah,
Bring it on.
Reached out to Chuck, and he was like, "Yes, let's do this." And I'm so grateful that it worked out because it's show number 45.
He called me this morning, and I was like, "Dude, I'm going."
Man, right. You was just ready to go.
Yeah, dude.
And you've been a great friend. You support us since the very first. You've liked, you've shared. Greatly appreciate you, man, more than you know.
Love you guys.
Before we even started this, I got to go over there and enjoy you at the trailer, just right down the road, and just love all you guys. Y'all made me feel welcome ever since I started, just coming in there and listening. I'm not a musician, but I enjoy music, and I said, oh man. And so when we first started this, I was like, we got to get Chuck McCall out here for the first show. Yeah, and it's just weird, 45 shows later. Which you've been in what, 2 other ones, I think? Above the Fray, yeah, half.
There's a couple of this year.
Yeah, Above the Fray, and The Wandering, and stuff like that. You know, just showing the bands that you've been with. But I mean, just you by yourself, you were here for the very first show. So if y'all go back, and see our episode 1. That's Chuck McCall. It's great, and then you can watch this one and see how far he's come. I mean, which it's amazing. I just love it. I love it.
Definitely got to thank your wife on air for the legendary artifact she made for me.
Yes. Where is it? I thought she was going to.
I was going to bring it. I failed to find. I would have made I cleaned it up and everything. I was like, I'm bringing the cup.
There we go.
I left in a hurry to go give a friend of mine a ride to get his car. And
that's something special there.
Bring it again.
Yeah, that's the only time she's ever made anything like that.
It's made a lot of people
probably the last time, but it was cool.
To take care of
it was really cool, man. Yeah. I'm thankful for her, but I'm thankful for you too, man. I greatly appreciate you. I can't say it enough, and we've had a really good time.
It's been a blast. It's been entertaining. It's helped this area.
I hope so.
It's really cool.
I hope so.
Let's throw up that flyer just one more time for about 30 seconds.
Yeah. There you go.
Look at that.
God bless you.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
God bless y'all, man, for doing that. I appreciate everybody that's on that list right there, and everybody's got to do with any of those bands.
Massacre, The Wanderer, Trailer Park Orchestra, Heretics Fork Drive.
Yes.
I wish we had every band I played with on this thing. There's so many things happening that night with other bands, and oh man, really.
And please share this with them, Chuck, because we want to have them out here on the show. We really want to do it. I mean,
oh yeah, did you get Lewis, Money and Bull on this?
Yeah.
Sam
we want to know them. We want to know them. Y'all can go out there to this event up there at Hollywood Cinema on Saturday, December 2nd, and meet these guys. But we want to bring them on the podcast, get you just really to know them, and play some here on the show
we get
too.
To talk some.
Right. 2024, here we come.
Man, I've been talking to about it. We got a lot of them. I'd like to get
awesome, Chuck.
Right.
I think I knew you before COVID, and so I'm glad to know you after COVID. We survived, so I'm thankful.
Fuck COVID. Y'all be like Chuck and come on back.
Yeah, come on back. Be real.